It's your girl, Brandy Iberia. I am your self-love guide. Welcome to week 12 on our self-love journey. 12 weeks, what's that? That's 3 months. Yeah, just that quick. 3 months of focusing on you, 3 months of including you, 3 months of loving you. Yeah, but we gotta be intentional. And so that's why, I decided to make it 365 days of loving you because, just like with any New Year's resolution, we start, wait. Has it been? Yeah, I guess because we started a little later because I'm like, it's been 6 months, but just like with any New Year's resolution, a lot of times we kick off that January, ready to go. And then 3 months in, some people keep it going, but some of us, we start to lose a little momentum, and I don't want you to lose momentum in your own life. So I created 365 Days of Loving You, and you and I are now on week 12. And week 12 simply says, expect nothing less. Or I think it says accept nothing less. Either way, expect or accept nothing less than God's best for you. Right? Why do we believe that it's that just give me the little bit. I'm okay, just give me, whatever's left over. Something changes. And I said that in chapter 1. We come out of the womb with great expectation that I'm going to be taken care of, provided for. And I mean, they called it the ego phase for a reason. Because when you're a kid, you expect, for everybody to take care of you. And now I'm not saying that as an adult, you should maintain a child's mentality, right? Because even the word says that when I was a child, I spoke as a child. Right, but when I, became a man, I put away childish things. And so we do come into our own, and there's a different way that we move as an adult. But when we put away childish things, we're not saying being taken care of, right? we still, God is still a provider, right? But maybe we're not looking to our mother and our father for that provision, but God remains our provider, right? He remains our protector. As adults, we don't lose that. As we age, we don't lose that. But for whatever reason and purpose, we feel as though we do. And so no, he's still there, and he's still providing, and he's still expecting you to accept nothing less than God's best for you. You are a child of the King, right? So if you think about that, like in reality, if I'm literally the child of a king, and I know that's hard to understand in the physical, right? Because it's like, no, my daddy was born in Jackson, Mississippi, but we're talking about in a spiritual sense, and God is our father, then we have privileges of those in the kingdom, right? So why would I accept things that are beneath that which those in the kingdom would receive? So it's a mindset shift that we have to have as well. And a lot of times when we say accept nothing less, especially on this level, human to human, or I won't settle for less, well, a lot of times we're talking about in terms of relationships. We're talking about in terms of romantic relationships, male and female, that exchange. However, when we say, or when I'm saying accept nothing less, I mean that in every area of your life. Accept nothing less than being talked to with respect. Accept nothing less than being loved the way you deserve, being loved completely. Not just a part of you, but all of you. Right? Accept nothing less than being comfortable and feeling safe where you are, where you live, where you work. And a lot of times we feel like, well, yeah, maybe that's true for somebody else. but this is what I was born into, or this is what I have to do because of A, B, or C, right? We are, and this is a hard pill to swallow, we are where we are because of the decisions and choices that we made. I know that's a hard pill to swallow. I know that's a hard pill to swallow because a lot of us have had childhood trauma and things that have occurred to us. And I'm not talking about the child you. I'm talking about the adult that has grown up. Now, there's still maybe some things you need to deal with that inner child. But as an adult, because a lot of times what ends up happening is our development is arrested at the place of trauma. And so we are walking around in adult bodies doing adult jobs, but we've never grown from the area of trauma that we endured or we encountered. Right? And so what we have to do is become awake to what we've endured or what we've gone through. That's a part of this healing process. Acknowledge it, free the child to grow, right? And then start moving into the life that God has for you. Right? It was never for you to stop there. And we relinquish our power because we feel like we have to. Right? Nothing that you have gone through will be wasted. Right? It's all a part of a plan, and it's all a part of a purpose. Yes, even the ugliest thing. I know this doesn't feel comfortable to talk about, but it's real. It's real. One of the testimonies that I love is that of Joyce Myers. And she talks about, just coming through years of sexual abuse and some other things that occurred to her, as she just grew up. And for the longest time, she held that trauma and blamed everybody for that. And there were people that needed to be held accountable, for sure. But her bitterness and the anger that she allowed to run her life was keeping her from living her fullest life, was keeping her from accepting all of the good things that were on the other side of the darkness. Right? I've heard somebody say, if you're going through hell, keep going. Don't stop there. Go through. Right? And so in this week, some of you may have to deal with some childhood trauma. Some of you may have to deal with some ugly, maybe it's not that deep. Maybe there's just some things you got to deal with so that you can start to move into the space where you can finally start to accept what you deserve. Yeah. It's time out for allowing those people, those places, and those things that hurt us in the past to travel with us for the rest of our life. Not in that way. Not in that way where it gets to drive. Not in that way where it makes me shrink. Now, it can show up as a stepping stone. It can show up to watch me eat. Right? Because God said, I will prepare a table before you in the presence of your enemies. But it has no more power to control my relationships, my love life, my money, where I reside. No, it can't have me anymore. So accept that. And move into the place where you can begin to receive all that God has for you. It's a process, y'all. This will not happen overnight, right? But I am so proud of you, and I am here with you to take the first step. Let's take it together as we read through this chapter. What is it? Yeah, week 12. Accept nothing less. Okay? I love you guys with the love of the Lord, and I